Team Nalix is missing one guy, but hopefully they'll be able to pop in just a second. May not even need a 4-man army, might be the play. Can I get in through these? I guess it's a proper wall, isn't it? Grifka is going to be behind that wall. We got a Skiaska. The crazy... What is this spear you got going on? Why is it sheathed like that? I don't understand it. We got a Miko, the Affliction Warlock with his shenanigans. Thrallhall, the Warrior, as well as Juve, the Shaman. Who's going to be first up? Looks like they're still trying to make that decision. You guys are not sending Grifka again, are you? There's no way you guys are going to be sending Grifka yet again. You can't be doing this. We should honestly make rogues do the cleanup duty, right? Grifka, could you be the cleanup duty today? I want to see my man Kiosko. Why would you not let your man Miko get a chance to play? Searing Glare off that stun, trying to see if he can get himself some big blinds onto Grifka. That Searing is going to end up making the rogue miss the next of his abilities for the next 4 seconds into a gouge right after as Grifka waited out the debuff. Trying to get himself a reset. Unless the Savage got some kind of a dot onto Grifka, there ain't no way he's getting him out in the open. On the team, we got ourselves Sham, we got ourselves Nalix, we got ourselves Kishok, we got ourselves Fury Flame. I like it, dude. That's a lot of Tauren, actually. Oryx and Tauren, the team. I think that's like the theme of that whole group. But let's take a protection for the Savage off of the blind. Did not feel that blind was enough in order to keep himself alive. Felt like, you know, my health is kind of low. I better rotate summon into this one. Hand of Freedom, get him some mobility. Kind of camping out the Eye if possible. The Eye is up. You could pick it up right now. That would be a good time. Grifka got him some Shadow Blades. He's going to be opening up with some menacing energy there. May want to wall this one right now. That's going to be a lot of damage. Trinket stun, trying to see if he can just combobulate the rogue here a little bit. Blades of Justice, trying to see if he can get himself a bit of a setup. Saving for Crusade until later, it looks like. As the rogue goes in for quite a bit of a disarm into a gouge to follow. Savage, I think, wants to have himself a proper go. Does end up using a wall here. Trying to see if he commits some damage towards the rogue. But I think the rogue is going to be able to have made the escape. Walking by next to the Eye, dangerously close. Almost picking it up too. The Savage could also pick up the Eye as well. Cheap shot to follow. Does not have an answer here. Maybe a good big go by Rogue. Does go in for a bubble. As soon as he sees the secret technique out of the Rogue, he knows it's going to be danger zone. Got himself a little bit of damage as well, but looks like Grifka should be able to at least back himself out of there in order to give himself a proper reset. Cloak of Shadows as well. Not really sure what he's cloaking specifically. Gouge to follow should give him a bit of a breather, at least gives him the calm point needed into a cheap shot. Dan's got himself a setup. It's going to be a Cold Blood. Not really sure what Cold Blood was used on, but that Eviscerate was enough. Back-to-back eviscerates is all he really needed. Nalix is going to be up next, trying to see if he can have a proper setup here. Now he's gonna hit with a cheap shot. Opener is gonna be Grifka, trying to see if he gives him a big go. Secret technique, ripping right through. Alex does go in for the trick at last second. Maybe a little bit too late over Trinket. Trying to go for Mad Burst under Grifka. It is definitely having some kind of payoff. But as he goes in for a charge, the blind comes through. This is where having a Trinket would have been advantageous for you. Unless he can reconnect with Grifka, he does have quite a few bleeds on him. Unless he can reconnect with him again. He might be in a bit of a rust spot. Does go for a bit of a defensive stance. At least try to go for a bit of a first aid as well. Grifka is lowish on health. Now he's definitely needs to make a play. He needs to find the guy as soon as possible. The stuns by the rogue are always going to let him have a proper go. Definitely want to be in defense stance for those. And also, you got to be really careful in terms of health. Gouge does get Grifka out of it fairly quickly. Forcing a Trinket out of Grifka. That is going to be a Blaze Storm. Could go for overpowers in order to bypass the evasion. Trying to see if he can catch up here to keep him in place. Maybe Nalix trying to get himself a setup. No stuns for the rogue for a second. Trying to go for big Warbreaker. War Stop for a second. Is it enough though? Got himself a little bit of a reset. Looks like a vanish out of the rogue defensive stance. Now he's getting hit with the kidney shot. At least he got himself defense while inside of a stun. Grifka may still be able to overpower him either way though. Cheap shot. Oh, and the eviscerate just goes right through the guy. That is super unfortunate. Oh my goodness. With Fury Flame gonna be up next, charging out. Wait, what is he going to? Wait a second. He's attacking the pet? Huh? Hold on a second. Fury of Flame is attacking the Triceratops that Kiosk got out in the open. He probably thought it was the rogue, huh? He probably thought it was the rogue. Oh my goodness. I think what Kiosk was trying to do is he was going for camo, and then he was going to use his pet in order to sneak around to get a good angle at the arenas. But then the warrior leapt in. He saw something out of stealth, charged to it, trying to burst it. It was just the pet. It wasn't the rogue. That is unfortunate. This is why I'm usually asking guys to like, hey, could you keep like all your pets next to you and not walk around out the open? Disarm to follow as Grifka got himself an opportunity to at least build up some call points and get himself a setup versus the warrior. He is going to go for a quick fear, charge back into Grifka, trying to see if maybe this bouncy playstyle might be the play. Trinket out of the kidney shot. Griff got himself quite a bit of damage. Sheep shot to follow, might be enough to break through. Does go for the rage regen last second, needs to catch up and healing. Oh, but the rogue pierces right past the armor, just slicing right through the Tauren warrior with Kiss Shock. Gonna be fourth out of that group. Sunder onto Grifka, trying to see if he can get himself a big go. Grifka does not have an out for this one, not for a good while. This may be the opportunity for Kishak to make a play. Got himself a slow totem. Maybe you can root Grifka. Got himself all the pets chasing after the rogue. Maybe the totem will actually... Oh, it does catch Grifka in the slow. Cheap shot to follow. Try to go for a knockback. Doesn't quite go far. The root totem reapplies actually. Can re-root a target after it's already rooted him. Cloak Shadows by Grifka. Kishak needs to find a way to get on top of the rogue. The burrow is not magic damage, it's all physical. Knocking Grifka up in the air. Does go for a gouge. Does not have an out for this one though. Needs to catch back up. Stun onto Earth Elemental. Needs to find the light side of the rogue. Is gonna hit him with a quick slow. Does himself a good setup. The rogue could go for a stun up next. Thunder to follow. Does himself big lightning bolt zap. It's gonna be cheat death out of the rogue. Trying to see if he can make an escape. But the Ghost Raptors and the lightning bolt do end up taking him out. Kishak had to use quite a lot of tools just to chase after the rogue and catch him in place. Miko looks like it's going to be up next over for the team one as Kishak trying to see if he can get himself. Ghost Raptors was charging in over at the Affliction Warlock, trying to see if he needs to get himself full set of dots with Kishak and maybe go for a proper Dark Glare. We are kind of high-ish onto dampening. 37% dampening is going to apply quite a bit of healing reduction for a whole entire team. Kishak has to find a way to fight through his damage. It's going to just be passive damage he's going to deal with. Needs to get himself the healing totem. Root onto Miko. At least try to see if he can prevent the Warlock from getting any closer. He does have the Dark Glare he can at least attack to get some Maelstrom off of, but the thing has a lot more health than ever before. So right now, you just got to limit on how much healing you really have. Knockback into Miko. Got himself the full Drain Soul. And is doing so much aggregate damage onto Kishuk as the man tried to see if he can get himself out of that situation as soon as possible. Looking for the recovery. I don't know if he'll be able to though. He's trying his hardest to find whatever recovery he can, try to scrape by together of whatever he got. He got a little bit of mana, a little bit of Maelstrom. He got Popsicle Sticks, some puppy dog dreams in this situation. Root onto Miko is the only thing he's really got that's keeping him alive right now. That root is consistent. Kyushuk at least got himself line aside, try to sit down, get himself a bit of healing, looking for a bit of recovery, sitting down for food or mana or whatever he's got. Miko pushing in, going to be Ghost Raptors join in. Maybe this is where Kyushuk goes aggressive. He's trying to see, mostly trying to ping pong Miko back into the room, looking for recovery right now. Still focusing on recovery as much as possible into a Mortal Call. As Miko does catch him, Trinket out of Kyushuk, does go for an intro, but missing it. Full fear, stun. Miko is trying to go for a bit of a setup with Shadow Fury. All the damage is available. Kyushuk does activate the Guardian Spirits to maybe give himself a little bit more survivability. Knock up to Miko for the second drain, trying to see if he can get interrupted. Wall drain life to fall instead, looking for full restoration, trying to keep himself alive. Malefic Raptors piercing past Kyushuk, got himself a wall as a last bastion of defensive man. Doesn't really have much except for maybe like a grounding totem. And as long, oh, there goes the interrupt, missing in fear to follow into Kishuk. Does have a root totem onto Miko. It is going to try to slow him at least, so if not root him. It's going to go for a bit of a reset behind the pillar. As Kishuk's still alive somehow. He does have dots on him. Melting, trying to sit down for whatever food, man, whatever he's got going on. Knock back onto Miko. Drain soul and takes him out. Just nothing you can do at the end. Just the dots are rotting you up right now. What's up, Revenge? How you doing, my guy? I hope you're having a good one. Welcome back, welcome back. What you been up to, fam? A Shantar going to be up next with a light lasso onto Miko. Does go for a stun, but I think Miko interrupted it. Is that what happened? He prevented it somehow. Or stopped it somehow. It's going to put up all the dots onto the Earth Elemental and then swap them over onto Sham. Does go for a Trinket out of a Mortal Call. Dark Glare to follow. Sham better have everything available. Miko backing up out of there. All the dots on the Sham. As long as he can just avoid the Shaman, he'll be okay. Sunder trying to go for a big go, but it's just nothing he can do. The Affliction Warlock able to drain these Shamans. Oh my goodness. Just expunged the life out of these guys. After Grifka has had his way over with these warriors, man. My goodness, yo, team one, you guys gotta stop sending Grifka out first, man. These rogues, dude.